guys, this is Shawana representing for Caribbean Elite Magazine, and today's special guest is Diani. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks for having me. What's up?
It's so good to have you. We're so excited to have you. When I heard that you were coming on, I was like, yes, let's do it. I have been trying to get this interview. I wanted to do it in person, but it's okay. So, tell me a little bit about yourself. Who is Diani?
So Danny, Andre, Shavani, McCormack, singer-songwriter from Spanish Town. Been doing music from high school up until this point. Passion, I love it. This is the only thing I do. Literally eat, breathe, sleep, drink music. It consumes my whole life day to day. And yeah, basically just living the dream.
Which high school did you attend?
I went to Wilmer's Boys, and
Nice.
then after Wilmer's Boys, I went to Caribbean Maritime, graduated, and yeah, continue and pursued music after that.
You know, I always say that everybody that I've met that goes to Woolmer's or went to Woolmer's is a really good person. So, like, I've never met any Woolmerian who isn't like really nice, just like a really good, genuine person. So, I think that says a lot about you. So, what did you study at CMI?
I'm international shipping, logistics, and supply chain management, a double major. So yeah, after that it was just music, full fledged, nothing else.
Mhm. Um, Before we get deep into the interview, I want to touch on your studies because I know there are a lot of upcoming artists, and a lot of them, they may want to just focus solely on the music. They have the talent, they have the ambition, and that's what they want to do. But how important is it to also finish your studies or actually have something as a backup?
Yeah, I agree with you. With that being said, it's very integral for me, not only for me as a individual, but as a what do I call this now? Creative.
Mhm.
Um, I've used my studies to help me musically as well as organize myself administratively.
Mhm.
Um, with that being said, I didn't lose anything. I learned a lot,
Mhm.
and it has been a journey thus far from doing my degree, then pursuing music. It just shows me a different perspective on how to approach not just music, but the business itself and the art on a
Mhm.
more professional level, and to function in that scope. So with that being said, there's a lot of lessons learned, a lot of knowledge gained as well, and we give thanks for the process of learning. And as a creative, learning is always essential in your process of becoming a better artist, becoming a better professional, better whatever you want to pursue. So
Mhm.
I definitely give it a thumbs up, two thumbs up actually, to pursue whatever you need to study before.
Yeah, good advice. Good advice. So when was your aha moment? Like, this is it. I've done the studies, but music is what I want to do.
Oh, for me, the aha moment was definitely in high school. When it was at the time, I think it was Jamil. I don't know if you know the artist
Yeah,
Jamil. He
yeah.
was about breaking that time, and popcorn, and I was going around the studio. That was shocking vibe, which would be young vibes. So at this time, seeing that at a young age was very eye-opening, very inspirational for me, and seeing the process of them creating the music to the process of the final product, and me getting to hear that and seeing the process of that, and then to see how it has impacted the world, not only just locally but regionally and internationally. It was definitely something mesmerizing for me, seeing that words and sound had such a big influence on the masses. Um, and then me being able to not only pursue it, but to live it, because most of the times everything I sing is real. I live in everything what I've been singing about. So it
Mhm.
was just a very, very eye-opening feeling for me. And then after that, I knew that I wanted to do music. But with school, my parents, my mom was very adamant on finishing school. And that's what I was to fulfill the wishes of her. So with that being said, I just got it done, and then I pursued music full time after. And I didn't regret it.
Yeah,
Like I said earlier, it was definitely everything is based off time, and I think the right time happened when it should happen, basically.
absolutely.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
never try to force anything out. It happened how it should, when it should happen. Yeah, I'm here now. and celebrating the you know the seeds that were sown.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And the journey. Nothing happens before its time.
most definitely.
Now you mentioned that everything you sing about is your reality.
Yeah, definitely. I try to keep it
Sorry.
as close as possible. Sorry.
Which of your songs is probably the most realistic for you?
I have a song entitled Realize. So that song was like it was during I think when I just literally started making music, and I was thinking about like what to get my mom for like Mother's Day, you know? And I got her everything that I think I have in my power to get her, but I never wrote a song for her. So I literally created the song from scratch, instrumentals to the lyrics and production itself. So that was her gift like for a lifetime.
Wow.
So she was the producer of that song and it was written for her. So, you know, that was like one of my best Mother's Day gift that she could hold on to.
That's beautiful. And considering we just celebrated Mother's and we're still in May, can we hear a little bit of the song?
I can see it from your thoughts, sex and him when you're walking. Mommy, I realize love it when you love, yes, that's song from my heart. Mommy, I realize every day I see you working now. Even God knows your worth. Mommy, I realize, oh God, I realize, me just I realize the strength within your eyes. Basically.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So where were you when you heard your music on the radio or on a program on TV for the first time? Like, where were you, and describe that moment for us?
I can't tell you the exact moment where I was when I heard the song, but I know I got a call from my mom saying, "Oh, Audrey, I hear on the radio now." I'm sorry, really, because I don't really listen to radio that much, to be honest.
Yeah.
For multiple reasons, obviously, because I'm busy, the type of lifestyle I do. I make music, so I can't really be distracted by what is
Right.
being played every day. But my mom was the one who called me first time when she heard one of my songs on the radio, and that was an overwhelming feeling. Very, very surreal, you know. To know that, you know, you pursue music and then your parents can get up and call and say, yeah, you know, I'm here and it sounds really good, and you know, we just give thanks for the opportunity to experience that, being, you know, the artist I am.
Nice. No, creating music for someone who loves it but is not necessarily a natural, it can be tedious. Do you consider yourself a natural, or you've gone through processes of like just having lulls, like, you know, you can't find something, and you know it's very difficult to get your craft the way you want it? Have you experienced anything like that?
Um, am I a natural? I don't think I'm a natural. I think this was hard work, to be honest. A lot of hard work, a lot of research, a lot of, you know, ups and downs, and self-actualization and self-realization of understanding that, yeah, I want to do music and I will do whatever it takes to pursue and be better at it to improve the craft. So it did take a lot of time and effort, I should say. But that's what passion is. I don't even consider it time. I just consider it me having fun and just gaining experience, gaining knowledge, and improving on the craft after. But yeah, there has been down periods, obviously, especially with Writer's Block. Even before reaching the stage of music, you know, it was very difficult for me to get the music out. I didn't even know where to start, who to give my music, where to get paid from music, how to even get the brand itself further. And all of this was, as I said, my experience for me is knowledge gained, and just give thanks for it, because at the end of the day, I learn, and I'm here because of that, and we're going further because of that as well. So yeah.
And what keeps you going?
As I said, it's like passion. So for instance, it's creativity is outside everywhere. So you're very creative. It's a fuel for me. I'm very creative. So it's just like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like a burst of energy anytime I'm able to make music, because it's like a canvas, as I said. It's something that I definitely take out of my head and put it on record, you know, and it's been being accepted. The offer itself being accepted is very, very, it's very mind-boggling for me, you know, because these are my thoughts. It's not something that I've been influenced, although we're influenced every day, but these are just genuinely my feelings, my emotions, literally, and I express them in its truest form in my capabilities. So
Yeah.
it's like to see somebody or so much people, for instance, 10 million people listen to feelings, and to see like 10 million people listen to my misunderstanding of what love is, or what love, or what people think love is. And then just to realize that it's just very mind blowing for me. And we just give thanks so we can experience that.
Yeah.
As I say, it's from inception. I'm literally here every day writing, and to see the result of it is like I'm very grateful and humbled as well.
Yeah. It's wowing.
Definitely.
Yeah. Now you mentioned your creativity. You mentioned that your music comes from within, you know, it's what you experience, it's what you see, you know, it's your reality. It's from
Definitely.
Danny's eyes. Take us a little bit deeper into your creative process. You mentioned that you produce, you make music as well. Do you hear a beat first, then you start writing? Do you write first? Like how does it all come together?
All right, so it varies. So for instance, now I have a catalog out now. So most times, given the situation, I write based off of what the rhythm tells me. And there are instances where I do write literally pen to paper, and write poems, and I turn these poems into songs. And there are also instances where I freestyle the tracks. Senorita being one of those songs. But for instance, now Feelings was a very heartfelt song. I was actually feeling that way about a lady, you know, and that was the emotion that was being expressed, you know. So it varies, but ultimately, I think the best music that I have been given a chance to express was like soulful songs, which were coming from a deep and a more meaningful place where I can basically spill my heart out or spill my thoughts. And yeah, so my creative, it's not really something where we can really document. You'd have to be here to experience it, but it's more like, you know, a very magical, very emotional. I cry, I get upset, I go through my world with emotions when I express certain songs. And it's like, it's just very vulnerable. It's a very vulnerable space for me. And I think that's what music does. And I'm assuming that's why some of the songs which I've done resonate so much, because it gives you the opportunity to be vulnerable, to be open, and to feel, and to basically unlock different desires or different emotions that you may not realize that you have.
Okay. So does that special lady know that the song was for her?
No, man,
no.
that I can leave, you know, and answer, because, you know, I write this stuff I was feeling.
I mean, you were breaking up just now, so go a little bit closer to the laptop.
No, she would not know that, and I would not allow that, because, you know, it's a different space when I mix music with my personal one.
Oh, really?
Sometimes.
I have a few controversial questions for you. So let's see how you maneuver those. But for right now, I'll put you on the spot though. Who are your top 5 dancehall artists of all time?
Kalanje. Clipperton.
Wait, let me start from top. Go a little bit closer.
Sizzla Kalanje. Bounty Killer. Mavado. Dancehall. Vybz Kartel, definitely. Major influence for me. Supercat.
Mm, okay. So is this in any particular order?
I'm Buju Banton. I'm
So
Buju.
that's six. That's
Buju, yeah.
six.
Buju will probably be up further up in the chart.
Okay. So your main influence would be who from the six?
Sizzla.
Ah, okay.
Sizzla.
What do you appreciate about Sizzla's music?
You know, other than the versatility, but the sense of what I call it, presence.
Mhm.
Presence. I can feel what he sings. Yeah.
And you're very emotive and
Yeah. So I can feel why I must say I feel the energy. So I think that's why Sizzla and Capital himself as well and Buju really stand out for me in terms of dancehall artists. And you know they're very good in terms of conscious or provocative if they want to be. But still know how to strike a balance between
Mhm.
which is also why I look forward to those artists as inspirations.
Okay. So would they be at the top of your list also for a collab?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Sizzla Kalonji and Buju. Yeah. Love Barrington Levy as well. But
Maybe I should have given you a top 10 because
yeah, probably.
there's a lot
Yeah.
on your list.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
we have so many great dancehall and reggae artists, so it's a lot to appreciate as well.
Agreed.
So you're here. This is your moment. You've seen the fruits of your labor. You're seeing it come together. You're seeing the vision come to life. And a lot of people see that now and they're rooting for you. They're listening to your music. But what were some of the challenges that you went through to get here?
Okay. I mentioned some of them earlier, but to state briefly, I think
Sorry,
it
like
was more.
specifically within this music industry.
Yeah. I think personally for me it was self-confidence. And I don't even think it was like a business standpoint. I think it was just me being confident in expressing and believing that what I've been expressing has value,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest. In terms of things that I can't control would I be considered getting radio play or airplay or getting traction or awareness, which was also very difficult for me. Being a youth from Spanish Town and have no connections in music at all. My mother was a worker bank, my father was a dentist, so there's no person that can say, oh, I could get advice from or mentorship from. So that was like a full-fledged dive into the deep end type of vibe. So I learned it literally from growing up. Other than that is, finding myself as well, because I was singing certain music. So I was learning to be an artist itself. Most artists can be strayed by what is popular. That wasn't necessarily the case. I didn't want to follow that direction. I was also always artist, focusing on expressing my truth. My name is Diane. It means sincerity. So I was trying to be my truest self as possible. So I think that was some of the difficulties that I faced. There are many more, obviously, monetary as well, which are the obvious factors. But yeah, I think it was awareness, self-confidence, and just finding myself.
Okay. And what advice would you give to someone who is toiling but still can't get the break?
Network as much as possible. Take every lesson take every lesson. And and grow from it. Every we call it L, every last as a learning situation as well. So network, become more knowledgeable of the business as well as become more knowledgeable of the space you are in as well. And be yourself, ultimately. Be yourself because at the end of the day, you're expressing your truth and nobody else can do that, regardless.
Good advice. Now, we might get a little bit controversial, but I want you to promise me that you're going to answer these questions.
Yeah, man, most definitely, as best as I can.
Okay. I know you say you don't mix business and pleasure, but which dancehall artist would you risk it all for right now?
Which dancehall artist would I risk it all for?
Dancehall reggae, you know, it doesn't.
Reggae.
Either one.
I'm kind of picky, you know. But I love Lila. Lila Ike. I love Lila.
Okay, okay,
I like Lila. I love Savannah as well.
okay.
Not just physical, you know, just the abilities. I think I'm more beneath the surface than outward appearance personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like them.
But it also helps that they're gorgeous as well.
They're very beautiful ladies as well. So
Yeah.
big up Lila, big up Savannah. My
Absolutely.
heart throbs.
Speaking of, are you single, taken, single-ish?
No, I'm married.
You're married.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
so
married to music.
what?
I'm married to music.
Let me see the ring.
Full time and fled. I'm married to music.
All right, I get what you're going at. Did you think your song with Jada, Feelings, would have had the impact that it has now? I know you touched on it a little bit earlier, you know, saying that, you know, seeing all the views, people singing it, we love it. Like, did you think when you were in that recording booth that it would have had the impact it has now?
So I'd say yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. You just knew it was gonna be a hit.
Yeah, the moment Jada went on it. Because I've been making music like that from a longer period of time.
Yeah.
As I said, the most difficult part of my career was getting awareness. So I did Feelings, the original Feelings, which is by myself in 2020, and Jada hopped on the remix in 2021. It was getting traction, you know. It was like a hidden gem at the time, but you know, when music Minka Mark and stamp up approval on the track, you know, that's a different awareness because you know that's 2.5 million followers in comparison to my following. So, you know, it just brought a different awareness, a different highlight. So from I know that, you know, so I knew it was a hit song because I always try to I pride myself in making quality music, regardless of the genre. So anything that I do put out is also always a top quality. You know, so it's a personal oath for myself. So it's my work, so I try to take pride in my work. So when Jada after it, I knew it was massive. Still growing to this day, so big up Mama Heavy anyway she there.
So how did that come about? Did your team reach out or?
No, you know, everything worked with the universe. As I said earlier, time is a master of everything. I wrote that song and it was doing its rounds on TikTok. It was doing its rounds on Instagram as well. Cause I sang it like live. I was like an acoustic version of the song before anybody like recognized where the track was from. And then she hit me up on Instagram and said, "Yo, love your voice. I'd love to hop on it." And I said, "Yeah, you don't have to ask me. Tell me where to send it. No, I get it too."
Yeah.
You know? And she was in love because I think it was her sister who was the one that told her about me. And told her about the song itself. And from the jump, she was in love with the track. And we give thanks, you know, and big up our sister anyway she did.
Yeah.
You know, for that stamp of approval.
Yeah.
The forward thirst for her to listen to the track.
Yeah, it was good. It was good, and that's because you guys have such unique sounds.
Yeah, it resonated even better. Yeah,
it just
my rasp with her raspiness, our raspy sound. So.
Yeah,
and it was such a very was such a very vulnerable and honest dialogue between two persons in the track. So I think that's why it also worked. And there hasn't been a love song in a while like that. So
okay. So what projects are you currently working on right now?
Currently working on some dancehall stuff, supposing to drop soon. For now, that's just what we've been focusing now. Just get over this hurdle of summer and Sumfest, and then my season of music release would be like after the summer period, and then I'll be dropping like some projects soon.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about your image. How would you describe your style?
Reggae rock star.
Reggae rock star.
Yeah, man.
I like that.
Yeah, reggae rock star. Cause I do get influences from So I'm enough Rasta friends because I have a lot of Rasta friends. But as well as I love fashion as well, you know. I love the Lenny Kravitz type of vibe, punk rock look. So there's also influences from that. But I like looking good. I like feeling good. Can you look good, feel good?
Yeah,
And at the end of the day, as much as I'm a human, you know, I'm a brand as well. So I'm a walking billboard. So I
absolutely.
try to look good as possible, as much time as possible. So yeah, I like my style. I'm comfortable in my style as well, you know. So yeah.
Do you have a stylist, or you put all your looks
No,
together?
we just find some clothes and just mix and match and just make it work, you know. Isn't it? Because I try not to be, you know. Although I love fashion, I try to make it comfortable as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Are you
that's why I say reggae rock star, because you know rock stars do what they want to do when they want to do it, you know. So
are you a designer kind of guy, or
it varies. Varies because I like Prada shoes. I don't even know if I consider Prada a
designer, of course.
Yeah, I like Prada shoes. I like my Air Force as well. I like my slippers. So I'm gonna say it depends on the occasion.
Yeah. Okay. What's your favorite non-designer brand? Would you say Nike?
I think Nike's a designer because Nike's are expensive.
But it's not up there with like the Prada shoes.
That's true. But I just consider Nike and Adidas.
Okay.
Nike and Adidas. Yeah. I love nice Adidas tracksuit. I love Nike Air Force.
So what are your top 5 fashion tips for men? You know, they're like top 5 closet items, or top 5 grooming essentials, whatever it is.
All right. Cologne. Good cologne always works for me. I love smelling good as well. A watch, good watch.
Yeah.
I'm a watch type of guy as well. I'm belt.
Yeah.
Designer. I like designer belt as well. Shoes. But at the end of the day, ultimately, just be comfortable in a style. Because I don't think my style is definitely everybody's style, but you know, I think these are my essentials if I must have my closet. And a Clarks. I have a Clarks.
That's number 5, a pair of Clarks.
A pair of Clarks.
You wouldn't be Jamaican. You wouldn't be a Jamaican man if you didn't love yourself a pair of Clarks.
Definitely.
Desert or what?
I love desert and Wallaby.
Okay. All right. So gentlemen, go get yourselves a pair of Clarks, all right?
Yes, and some nice cologne.
Must-have cologne. What would you say is your must-have cologne?
I have a couple, you know.
Okay.
I like the Versace Eros. I don't know if I pronounce that word right. Eros, Eros. Yeah. I like the Million as well, and Creed. But I love Creed though. Creed.
Oh my gosh! What just happened? Sorry. It says we're running out of time. Well, we have 10 minutes left. That should be enough.
Yeah.
So sorry. Your must-have cologne items would be
Versace Eros, Creed, and probably Million.
Okay.
Yeah, I like
everybody can't afford Creed doing us, so
I know. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I know.
But that's yours. Yeah. So with our 9 minutes that we have left, let's just like fire these off, right? Do you slide into the DMs, and what do you say?
Yes or no? I slide into DMs to give a compliment.
Okay.
But not to, you know, pursue a relationship.
Okay, fine.
I'm more like see it in person type of guy. Okay. Instagram too shake. We can talk about it. Not the best place. Not the best place for me, you know, for personal relationship.
You don't want to screenshots out there.
Yeah, I'm not upon that, yeah. But to give a compliment definitely. So if you look good, I'll say, yo, fine.
Fair enough. Which body part is your favorite on the opposite sex?
Smile.
I don't know why I thought that. I think because you said your dad is a dentist, I thought, oh,
maybe. Yeah, teeth is like is a hit or miss. It's a seller for me, you know. See, no, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What's the biggest lie you ever told a woman?
I guess. But I was single, probably.
Okay,
Yeah.
when you clearly
Yeah.
weren't.
Yeah. At that time.
Yeah. Would you date an older person?
Yeah, most definitely.
Why did you break up with your last ex?
I call it. When married people say like
Irreconcilable differences.
One of them, you know.
What couldn't you guys reconcile?
Just one of them, you know. We get older, and we grow apart, and you know, some things can't really be accepted. Sorry, we won't do it anymore. You know, we get just more mature now and just move past certain things.
Okay. Tell me about your most awkward date,
Most awkward date.
if any.
Yeah, I don't think I have any most awkward dates, because I think I'd assume that anytime we're gonna date, the person likes me, so there shouldn't be no awkwardness.
Okay, since you don't have any awkward dates, what was your best date that you curated?
I think the best date was like a graduation.
Mm-hmm.
So like the person was graduating from, you know, from, I think it was like law school or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, I had everything set up, you know, like after leaving the graduation to getting dinner, getting some wine, and she got a smoke as well. So it was a candlelit and type of vibe on the beach side and things. So it was like a good vibe.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that was a good experience for me as well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I took initiative and thought as well.
Yeah.
Wrote poems and stuff as well.
Did you sing for her too?
Nah, that's corny. Don't be too easy.
That's cute. That's a good date. That's good.
Yeah.
Thoughtfulness is so important. So
Yeah, it was very thoughtful, you know, and it wasn't overly expensive, but it was very meaningful.
Yeah.
You know?
Those are the best dates.
Yeah. Wine and conversation.
I go fast a little bit deeper into your personal life. Where's the weirdest place you've ever had sex?
The weirdest place. You know, after leaving a party, but the party was like on a hill. It's a red hills. And then, you know, we just stopped outside. Literally just left the party and just stopped outside.
Outside of the party?
Yeah, in the car, on a hill.
Okay. Does it have a particular view?
We literally walked out the party, and the party was literally parked there, and we literally went right there.
Did the business. I was going to ask what's the most romantic thing you've done in a relationship, but I assume that date maybe would have been.
Yeah, that was one of them. Yeah.
Okay.
I can be when I'm in the vibe, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now to end. All right. We're gonna play a game of sex, marry, kill.
Kill Jesus.
Sex, marry, kill.
Jaja.
And the three ladies are Shenseea, Jada Kingdom,
Jeez.
and Stock Ashley.
Jaja.
You know, I should have set you up with your two ladies though, but it's all right.
No. Like rough.
Mm-hmm. All right. So who would you sleep with?
Probably.
All right. Who would you marry?
Yeah, I marry Jada.
Okay, marry Jada. Who would you kill?
We can't kill nobody.
Well, it's a game. It's not
real.
real.
Yeah, I know. All right, so let's say we're married Jada. Sleep with Stark. Yeah.
And kill Shenseea.
Yeah, that rough, yeah.
Rough.
No, I married Jada. Sleep with Shenseea, kill Stark. I guess it's a game.
this it's a game, y'all. It's a
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Let's
Yes.
disclaimer.
Start with the third.
Okay, so
Mara Jada.
sleep with Shenseea, marry Jada, and be done with Star.
Yeah.
And disclaimer, it is a game. All right.
Stark, I love you.
Fun. So before we wrap things up, is there any final word, anything you'd like to share with us? What can we expect from your Sumfest performance?
Massive, big
'Cause
vibe,
that's
big energy.
huge.
Yeah, massive energy. Seeing that whenever perform a song together, that would be a big look, especially feelings and.
Are you telling us that we should expect you and Jada performing the song together at Sumfest this year?
Fingers crossed.
Okay. All right.
But definitely a big vibe, big energy. Be my best self and executing as always. So I'm looking forward to it as well, to get the best performance. Especially being on the night with Barry Sam and Dexter Daps, me, Chris Martin. That's
Ooh,
ladies alone, I got the venue there.
that is going to
No.
be
Barry Sam and Dexter Daps, Chris Martin and Diane. Massive.
wow. That's a great lineup.
That's an amazing lineup.
Great
So
lineup.
looking forward to that, because these men also inspire me as an artist as well. So
Mhm.
looking forward to share the stage.
And we're
I met
looking
them
forward to seeing you. We're looking forward to more amazing things from you. Thank you so much for talking with us. This was
Thank
so
you. I
nice.
appreciate it. Love.
And
Until the
before
next
we
time.
go, say something on behalf of Caribbean Elite Magazine before we wrap up.
All right. Watch the man, you don't know this is the voice at Diana present for Caribbean Elite Magazine. One vibes, one connection. Diana, LLAP, mad, outside. Love. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Take care.
All right, enjoy your week.
All right, you too. Bye.